Hello guys and gals, and welcome. So today we're going to be talking about another interesting issue, another interesting thing, another interesting mechanic in Diablo. And we might as well start with the rising star of the occasion, which is Night Smoke Belt. Night Smoke Belt is a level 20 belt, and I have not made a video on this belt yet, but I will eventually. But one of the main things about Night Smoke, which makes it an admirable and very nice belt for low-level characters, is the 50% damage taken goes to mana. And I want to clarify something right off the bat before we get started. It's worded wrong. And this is something that a lot of newer characters make the mistake of. It is not 50% damage taken goes to mana. It is 50% damage taken generates mana. So think about it more along those lines. That any damage that is taken to your hit point pool, that means it has to actually physically cause you damage, will generate the equivalent of that damage in the percentage that you currently have to your mana pool. So for instance, right now I am currently running a total of, where is it? 95% damage taken goes to mana. So let's just round that up to 100, just for the sake of mathematics. It's a little bit easier to do 100% than 95. And let's pretend, for instance, that I was hit by an attack. Now, I have 561 health, and I have some decent resistances, not terrible, but they're decent. And these resistances will reduce the amount of damage incoming. All right, so we need to bring our calculator out so we can actually do these calculations. So so let's whip out Mr. Calculator. Let's pull him up on screen so you guys can see Mr. Calculator. Mr. Calculator, I need you to move to the center of the screen, please. Thank you. So Mr. Calculator is our tool here, and we're going to show off this effect here. So let's pretend a monster has hit us with a lightning attack for 1,000 damage. All right. And we currently have a lightning resistance of 46%, which means we can subtract 46% from 1,000, which means we will have 540 lightning damage that will hit us. If we apply any other effects, like for instance, if we have any damage reduced by, so let's take a look at our equipment. So we've got magic damage reduced by 17. We have magic absorb. Magic absorb is going to function as 8 damage reduced by, so we will account it as 8. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we've got 25 magic reduction. And do we have any other magic reduction? We're going to take a look around. We have magic reduced by 12 here. All right, so let's run these real quick. We've got 540 damage. We've got minus 17 on the armor, or the shield. We've got minus 12 on the ring. We've got minus 8 from the sword. And I think that's just about it. So so after we have calculated in all of these negatives, we are left with 503 damage to our health. Now we currently only have 561 health, so it's going to be a pretty mighty blow to our health pool. However, we will be at, let's see, what is this? 503, so 561. Clear. 561 minus 503 will be at 58 health. So we will be almost dead. Okay? But we will obtain, as since we've rounded up our damage, magic damage, or damage taken goes to mana. We've rounded it off to 100%, so we will gain 503 to our mana pool. So we will instantly gain 503 to our mana pool, which is amazing. Damage taken goes to mana does require that you get hit, and it does require that you take damage from your hit point pool, and it does not calculate before your resistances. So if I am a highly resistant person, if I am running, like 95% resistances, this is going to do less. However, it works on all forms of incoming damage. It works on physical, magical, fire, lightning, and ice. So any form of damage that comes in will trigger this. It can be used in combination with a skill like Energy Shield to a diminished effect. So if I cast Energy Shield on myself, I now have a 80% absorption rate of all damage that goes to my mana instead of to my health. Now, how this works is a little different. So Energy Shield actually calculates before pretty much everything. And actually it doesn't calculate in your resistances either. And it is a conversion rate. So if I were to take 1,000 lightning damage, I have to subtract 80% from this, which is 800. So we are now at 200 left. The 200 damage that is left is going to apply directly to our hit point pool using the regular calculations. So this 200 damage that is left over after Energy Shield is subject to my resistances. So we do have to subtract the 46% from my fire. And I can't see that because my antlers are in the way. My stupid antlers. So minus 46%. Ooh, that snuck up on me. So minus 46% equals 92. 108. So we have 108 damage that is left, and that goes to our hit points. However, we also have to then apply the negative damage effects. My mistake earlier. The numerical has to be calculated first. So 200 minus 17 minus the 12 on the armor. The ring, sorry. Minus the, where was the other negative? The 8. So minus 8. So 163. Then minus the 46%. That's my apologies. I always forget this part of the calculation, and that's my bad. I'm doing 88.02 damage. So we have 88 damage that will make it through to our life. This will replenish 88 mana to our mana pool. So as you can see, because of the Energy Shield absorbing a large part of this, and we're not actually taking that damage, the amount of damage that we actually take as a result to our health reduces the amount that we get from the damage taken goes to mana. And this is important because damage taken goes to mana diminishes as your amount of damage that you actually receive diminishes. And because Energy Shield is so highly dependent on your mana pool, this can be an issue. However, I'm running 100% damage taken goes to mana. So let's go play around with this, shall we? Let's just go somewhere like the Dark Wood. Let's find a couple monsters, and let's see how well this works. So let me make sure I've got my Energy Shield up before we let them beat on me. My merc is just... let me go to Hell difficulty. This will be a better test if I go to Hell difficulty. And you know what? Let's run, instead of... Well, for this particular video, let's run this. But I would actually run Gladiator's Bane for this build because it has more damage reduced by. Let's go ahead and run this one, though, for now, just for the magic effect. Bink. So let's go to Frigid Highlands, somewhere where my merc won't be able to absolutely one-shot everything. And cast our Energy Shield. Let's get in here and start getting beat. So as you can see, our mana is falling relatively quickly, because we're converting a lot of this into damage to mana. I have a relatively high amount of regeneration, though. As you can see, my regeneration rate is rather quick. And the damage that does manage to make it through to my HP is restoring a little bit of my mana as well. And my merc managed to kill absolutely everything on his own. God, he is such a freaking beast. What kind of jewel is this? I like jewels. keep that for crafting, shall I? All right, so so as you can see, damage taken goes to mana does have a diminished capacity when it comes to energy shield, just simply because the majority of the damage is going directly to your mana, and this is important. And the higher your energy shield is, the more percentage of that is going directly to your mana and not to your health. And any point of damage that goes to your mana with energy shield is not going to trigger the damage taken goes to mana effect. But let me see if I can show you this. Let's go to someone that's a little bit easier that won't wreck us immediately. You know what? We can actually just stand in the fire, because the fire will also trigger this effect. So as you can see, I'm hardly taking any damage to my actual hit points here, but the mana is going down relatively quickly. And then once my energy shield dissipates completely, what you're going to see is that my health is going to start dropping and my mana is going to start going up incredibly fast. And this is because now that I am no longer absorbing the damage directly into my energy shield, the mana is then using the damage taken goes to mana, and it's replenishing my mana relatively fast. This is one of the ways that characters actually build energy shield sorceresses, is they use items like Girk's Sanctuary Pavis that has the damage reduced by numbers, or Gladiator's Bane that has the damage reduced by numbers, and they completely eliminate any form of damage coming in so that all of it is going to their mana pool. And things like damage taken goes to mana can assist you in this, but once you've got yourself set up with an energy shield sorceress to the point where you're no longer taking any physical damage, you will no longer get any damage taken goes to mana, because the point at which you stop taking damage to your life and 100% of it is going to your mana, there's nothing left. There's nothing left for the damage taken goes to mana to work off of. And at that point, you might as well switch to something else that would be more useful. No. Anyway, I hope I have demystified this particular ability, the damage take goes to mana, and I hope I've given you a due respect for the Night Smoke Belt, which I will be covering eventually. And because the 50% damage taken goes to mana on the Night Smoke Belt will pretty much solve most melee characters' mana issues for pretty much the entirety of normal difficulty and nightmare difficulty as soon as you can put this on. Because when you're in the thick of it, when you're in battle, and you're getting beat on by monsters, you take 10 damage here, that's 5 mana back to your pool. You take 100 damage here, that's, that's 50 damage back to your mana pool. When you take 2 damage, that's 1 mana back to your mana pool. And for a paladin who's running a relatively low amount of mana cost, like Zeal costs what, 2 mana? Having 50% damage taken goes to mana on your belt is absolutely amazing. You guys don't understand. Like, if you've never done this, you guys just don't understand how amazing damage taken goes to mana can be on a character that's getting beat up all the time. And if you're not a character that's getting beat up all the time, well, maybe it's not for you. But trust me when I say that if you are a melee character, if you're in there in the thick of it and you have mana issues, Night Smoke Belt and other items that have damage taken goes to mana can solve a lot of those problems relatively early on in the game until you can get yourself a decent amount of mana steal, and maybe a little bit more energy, a little bit more mana on some raw items, and so forth and so on to actually increase that. Or maybe you're using Mage Fist Gauntlets, so you have a little bit of extra regeneration. Whatever it may be, you're going to want to have something like Night Smoke handy on a low level so that you can get all that mana back. Anyway, as always, I hope that you guys enjoy the video, and as always, thanks for watching, and keep watching.